On my birthday, my family gave my house to my sister, so I took over the family business instead. My name is Iris Swan. I'm 28 years old, and I will never forget the day my family tried to take everything from me without realizing I had already secured my future. I had always been the responsible daughter, the one who put in the work, while my younger sister Isa, now 25, lived like an Instagram celebrity while she showed off designer bags and luxury vacation. I spent long hours at the office helping run the family business. Our father, Robert Sutton, had built a boutique hotel empire from the ground up, and I had been learning the business since I was 16. Iris, you have to understand this. Business requires sacrifices. My father would remind me whenever I had to cancel plans to stay late reviewing contracts. Meanwhile, Isa spent freely without a second thought. She's young, let her enjoy life, she'll mature eventually, my mother, Margaret, would say in her fence, but Isa never did. At 25, she still lived at home with no real job beyond posting on social media while I managed 3 of our most successful hotels, working 12-hour days. Everything changed 6 months ago when I met Liam, our new financial advisor. He was sharp, honest, and quick to notice something alarming in our company's financial records. One day he stepped into my office and shut the door behind him. Iris, he said, his tone serious, I've been reviewing the accounts from the past 5 years. Did you know your sister has spent over $2 million of company funds? My world came to a halt when he laid several documents on my desk: travel expenses, designer clothes, extravagant parties, every dollar meticulously listed under marketing expenses. She claims she's the brand's social media image. Liam explained that night. I confronted my father, and his response left me cold. I know, Iris, I approved those expenses. $2 million in personal spending. Are you serious? My father removed his glasses and sighed. You have your way of contributing to the company, and she has hers. That conversation changed everything. For years I had worked tirelessly hoping to earn my father's approval, but the truth was I never would. Liam became my confidant. Over the next few months we quietly documented every irregularity, every questionable decision, and every unnecessary expenditure. He also helped me realize something I had overlooked: my own rights. As it turned out, I was the majority shareholder in the company. Years ago, my father had structured ownership that way for tax purposes, never expecting I would one day understand how to leverage that power. You need to protect yourself, Liam. Advise your family is treating the company like their personal piggy bank. But that wasn't even the worst of it. Liam warned me that my father was preparing to transfer significant assets, including my own home there, drafting documents to transfer the house to Isa. I froze. My house, the one I bought with my own money. Technically, they argue, bought it with your company's salary, meaning it was a corporate gift and can be reassigned. That night I couldn't sleep. The home I had worked so hard for, the one place I had built to escape my toxic family, could be taken away with a single signature. But Liam and I had a plan. The moment of truth came on my 28th birthday. My family threw a party at our parents'. The estate was packed by parents, Isa, aunts, uncles, cousins, and even business partners. During the toast, Isa stood up holding a crystal champagne flute, one that probably cost $500. I have a special announcement, she said, flashing a bright smile at the crowd. My father has given me the most incredible gift, Iris's house. For a brief moment the room fell silent before breaking into applause. My mother beamed with pride while my father avoided my gaze. Isn't it wonderful? Isa continued. Since Iris is always at the office, she doesn't really need such a big house. I'll put it to better use. I stood up. Slowly my heart pounded, but my mind was clear. You're right, Isa, I am always at the office. I reached into my handbag and pulled out a folder, and since we're making announcements, I have one of my own. Silence fell over the room. All eyes were on me. Isa was still smiling, completely unaware of what was coming to her. This was just another routine corporate formality. As CEO and majority shareholder of our boutique hotel company, I have a few important updates, I said firmly. First, effective immediately, all personal expenses will require board approval, not just the president. Signature Issa's smile faltered. My father sat up straighter. Second, I have initiated a full audit of the company's financial records for the past 5 years. I locked eyes with Issa. That includes all marketing expenditure related to social media. Iris, my father interrupted, his voice tense. This isn't the time or place, isn't it? I shot back. Didn't you just use my birthday party to announce you were giving my house to ISA? I turned to the guests, our extended family, business partners and board members, a house I bought with my own salary after years of hard work. From across the room, Liam stood up and handed folders to the board members present. Inside these folders, I continued, you will find evidence of corporate fund misappropriation totaling over $2 million. Murmurs spread through the crowd. Personal expenses disguised as marketing costs, luxury vacations falsely reported as business trips, designer shopping sprees categorized as market research. ISA turned pale. This is ridiculous, she sputtered. Dad approved all of those expenses. I am the brand's image. The brand's image, I echoed, pressing a button on the room's presentation screen. A slideshow of ISA in Instagram posts appeared. Let's take a look. A party in LA, marketing for family-friendly hotels, designer handbags, market research. My mother shot to her feet, her face red with anger. Iris, how dare you humiliate your sister like this? I met her gaze, unwavering. Humiliate her the way you tried to humiliate me by taking my house on my birthday. My father stepped in, trying to regain control. This is a family matter, he said, his voice edged with authority. I ask all non-family members to leave. I'm afraid that's not possible, Liam interjected, now fully in his role as financial advisor. Since this involves potential corporate fraud, the board members have both the right and the obligation to be present. The next few minutes were pure chaos. Issa was crying, insisting it was all a misunderstanding. My mother was shouting about family loyalty. My father was desperately trying to reassure the board members, who were flipping through documents with growing concern. When the noise finally died down, I cleared my throat. There's more. I reached into my folder and pulled out another set of documents. As CEO and majority shareholder, I have made some executive decisions. First, the transfer of my house to Issa has been blocked. In fact, I have filed a legal injunction preventing any corporate property transfers without full board approval. My father's expression darkened. You can't do this, he snapped. Actually, I can. I replied calmly. I am the majority shareholder. Remember, you structured it that way years ago for tax benefits. His jaw tightened. That was just a technicality, he muttered. I was supposed to retain actual control. A tense silence filled the room. Several board members exchanged glances, some scribbling notes. Thank you for clarifying that, Dad, I said smoothly. Anyone else care to admit to corporate manipulation? Isa lunged at me, her face twisted with rage. Liam stepped between us. Careful, he warned. Attacking a corporate executive during an official meeting carries serious legal consequences. Isa froze, fists clenched. You're just jealous, she spat. You've always been jealous of me. I let out a short, humorless laugh. Jealous of what? That you've never worked a single day in your life, that you've wasted millions on parties while I built this company from the ground up. Enough, my father slammed his hand against the table. Iris, if you continue down this path, you will destroy this family. I met his gaze, unwavering. No, Dad, you destroyed this family when you decided that hard work meant nothing, that responsibility was a joke, that my dedication was worth less than his ass. Selfies. My father stepped closer, lowering his voice. We can fix this privately. There's no need for the entire board to. IR raised my voice deliberately. Oh, now you want privacy after humiliating me in front of everyone? No, Dad, this gets settled here and now. I turned to face the board of directors, my posture straight, my expression unwavering. Years of hard work, sacrifice, and betrayal weighed on me, but I refused to let it show. This was my moment, the moment to reclaim what was mine, to set things right. I took a steady breath and spoke with the authority I had rightfully earned. As CEO, I am proposing the following immediate measures. First, all personal expense accounts will be frozen until further notice. Second, an external audit will be conducted on all Financial transactions to ensure full transparency. Third, the executive leader. Ship team will undergo a complete restructuring to align with the company's best interests. The room fell into stunned silence. The tension was thick. My mother shot up from her chair, her face flushed with indignation. You can't do this. You can't just push us out like this, she shouted, her voice laced with panic. I met her glare with calm resolve. I'm not pushing anyone out, I said steadily. I am professionalizing the company I helped build, the company I sacrificed for, while the rest of you treated it like a bottomless bank account. I turned to the board members. They were watching intently, some nodding in agreement. Who seconds the motion? I asked. For a moment there was hesitation, then one by one hands began to rise around the table, first one, then another, then several more, until the decision was clear. Across from me, my father slumped slightly in his chair. His once commanding presence had faded. He looked drained, as if the weight of his choices had finally caught up to him. Isa, who had been unusually quiet, suddenly changed tactics. She leaned forward, her expression softening, her voice laced with desperation. Iris, please, she murmured, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. We're sisters, we're family. How can you do this to us? For the first time that night my voice wavered. I swallowed hard, forcing myself to stay composed, but her words struck something deep within me. Family, I echoed, almost in disbelief, my hands clenched at my sides. When I spoke again, my voice carried the weight of years of silent resentment. Where was family when I was working weekends while you were out partying? Where was family when I canceled my vacations 3 years in a row to save the Barcelona hotel from collapse? Where was family when you all decided that my house, the home I paid for with my own money, was just another asset to be handed away? The silence was deafening. Liam stepped forward, placing another thick stack of documents on the table. His expression was unreadable, but his posture exuded quiet authority. There's something else we need to discuss, he said. The personal accounts. At those words my father's face went pale. He gripped the edge of the table as if he needed the support to stay upright. In a voice barely above a whisper he muttered, please stop. But I wasn't stopping. Not now, not after everything. I squared my shoulders. Why? I asked, my voice sharp. Because now everyone knows the truth. Because the board finally sees what's been happening behind closed doors. Because your plan to use this company as your personal piggy bank is finally over. Tears streamed down my mother's face. She shook her head, her voice trembling. Everything we did for the good of the family. I let out a quiet, humorless laugh. No, I said, shaking my head, you did it for yourselves. Because it was easier to give Isa everything she wanted than to teach her to stand on her own. Because it was easier to misuse company money than to earn things the right way. Because it was easier to ignore the problem than to actually fix it. The following days were brutal. The audit revealed even more financial mismanagement than we had suspected. Lavish vacations disguised as business trips, designer shopping spree labeled as market research, extravagant parties passed off as brand engagement, and my parents, they had been quietly funneling company money into hidden personal accounts for years, siphoning funds while I worked tirelessly to build our empire. The board wasted no time in taking action. They voted unanimously in favor of my reforms. Strict financial controls were implemented, ensuring that no one, family or not, could ever abuse company funds again. A professional leadership team was brought in to oversee operations, and Isa, she lost her position as the face of the brand. Days later she stormed into my office, her face red with fury, her hands clenched into fists. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Isa shouted, you ruined my life. I didn't even flinch. There's an entry-level position open in the marketing department, I replied smoothly. Starting salary, just like everyone else. You could learn the business from the ground up like I did. Her face twisted with rage. You're awful. I hate you. I met her glare, unshaken. No, Isa, I said quietly, I'm the only one who actually cares about your future. My parents eventually came to terms with the new reality, though it took time. My father, after months of resistance, finally admitted something I never thought I'd hear. I built this company From nothing, he told me one evening, but you turned it into something better. Something that will last. My mother took longer to accept the changes, but when she saw ISA truly working for the first time in her life, something shifted too. Everyone's surprised, Isa accepted the entry-level job. At first she was bitter and resentful, but little by little she put in the effort, and to her own shock, she realized she was actually good at marketing when she applied herself. One night as ISA worked late at her desk, my mother sighed. Maybe we were too soft on her, she admitted. Now 2 years later, Sutton Hotels is thriving. Isa has finally found purpose beyond just looking good for the cameras. My parents have learned to respect the boundaries between business and family, and me, I still live in the house I fought to keep, the home I worked hard for. It's more than just a place to live. It represents my independence and the sacrifices I made along the way, but more importantly, I now run this company with the professionalism it always needed. There are no blurred lines between family and business anymore. I lead with the same dedication I always had, even when my efforts went unnoticed. Loving your family doesn't mean giving in or letting them take advantage of you. Sometimes it means setting boundaries. It means making tough decisions, even if they disappoint people you care about. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. Liam, now my husband, has been my constant support through it all. He wasn't just my financial advisor, he became someone I could truly rely on. From the moment we started working together, he understood the situation better than anyone. The trust and respect we built made all the difference. One piece of advice Liam gave me has stuck with me through everything. Sometimes you have to shake the family tree so the rotten apples fall and the strong ones finally have room to grow. At first I didn't fully grasp it, but now, looking at how things have turned out, I realize how much that advice shaped my choices. Letting go of what wasn't serving me, whether it was toxic family dynamics or bad habits, opened the door for something better. The business is in a better place, and so am I. I don't regret any of it. What matters now is that I'm in control, and I've built something I'm truly proud of. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. See you next time.